Dean. Everybody in Danny's family his whole family are D's. Darlene, Dana, Donnie, Don, Danny,
What's your dad's name?
Don.
Don.
Don. Don.
And
That's
I'm
fun.
Desiree, so we're naming our
You're
son
such a
Dean.
nice guy.
Yeah, Desiree and Danny is like Dean is like Danny and Desiree both kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good old. It's just an all-American good name, and we got it kind of from James Dean and a character on TV. She likes Dean. Just a good. It just fits. It's a D. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Okay.
figured that one out in the first month we found that we were pregnant. So yeah, Dean will be coming February the 2nd of 2026.
February the 2nd. So what
It's
were
my first kid.
Tell us a little bit about the circumstances of you finding out about Dean.
Okay. Well, me and Danny were waiting to come into the mission. The day before we get the call from Doug on Danny's birthday that they had an opening. We found out we were pregnant. And we were still homeless, living in hotels, and we were like, what are we going to do? This is crazy. It was very scary. So I got here, and I asked Jackie if I could have passes to go to Planned Parenthood or family planning because I didn't know where else to go with medical insurance, and to find out, how pregnant I was, what the options were, just kind of all mixed. It was just very confusing because we were like, how could this be doing this right now? We're homeless. And I had just put my dog in foster care, and I had a friend that told me, like, what environment are you bringing this kid into? You can't take care of your dog. What are you going to do? So I was very scared. Yeah, very scared. So the mission was the right place to be because I came here and I saw that there's a pregnancy van that you guys have out back. And so I asked my case manager, Jackie, I said, can I go to that pregnancy van and get the ultrasound done? Because I found out I took a pregnancy test. I'm pregnant. Yeah. And I'm 41 years old. This is my first baby. I've never been pregnant before. I mean, I got pregnant before in my 20s. That's another story. But this was the first time that I'm having a baby, So I don't know a lot about it. So she says, sure. So she gives me the pass. I go down there. I meet this wonderful man named Mitch. He's a doctor, and he goes to Mariners Church, or Mitchell. And he showed me that the baby had a heartbeat. I was 5 weeks pregnant, and the baby's heart was beating already. And he said, bring your husband next week. He's like, we need to show him that he has a child, and that it has a heartbeat, and that this is a very big thing. So I brought Danny the next week. And I sat there and I cried a little. I said, oh my God, I'm going to be a mom. Like, I wasn't expecting to be a mom. We were just trying to get back on our feet. Yeah. I'm thinking now I'm going to be a mom too. So I took Danny the next week, and he saw it. And then he was telling people the next day, which happened to be Father's Day, he was telling everybody, I'm going to be a father again.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we conceived him on Mother's Day weekend. So it's very interesting how that all worked out.
Well, that got an interesting wrinkle in that story.
Yeah. Yeah, Mother's Day and Father's Day, very important. So we'll honor that for the rest of our lives. So.
Yeah. So Danny, you're excited about this?
I am. Yeah, I'm almost 50 years old, so it's going to be a little. I'm going to be like the. Oh, you guys brought Dean. You brought your grandparents with you. Be like, you know what? But it is what it is. But no, I'm really excited. It's going to give me another chance to be a dad. That I have 3 daughters of my own. 2 of them are already adults, and one of them is 7. But I've been very close to them, and I've been there half the time. And this time I will. Excuse me. I'll get to be there a full-time dad, and I'm happy for her. I love this girl more than anything in the world. She's changed my whole life. I mean, my family's everything to me. They've done everything for me in my whole life. I put them in a separate category, but this girl I've never thought I would meet anybody like her. Like every single thing this girl does, and just everything. She's been everything to me, 100%. Like I couldn't ever ask for anything.
All right. So it's interesting. You guys came in thinking it's time to get out of this situation. You guys are living in a car. I think just get your head around that. Yeah. What sort of thoughts go through your mind when you think you're living in your car and you're going into a program and you're going to restart everything, and then also there's a baby on the way, which is a blessing, but it's also incredibly. I don't know, it could be scary, it could be confusing, but you guys are in the right place for that. Yeah. You guys have been in the right place ever since you got here to deal with all that.
Yeah, we feel really confident. I don't know why I had this little cough. This little tick. I haven't had a cough in months, but I don't know what, just something in my throat. No, we feel confident. Half my life, I'll tell you a little bit about me, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Half my life I've been very successful. I've traveled around the world playing music. I have a very successful shutter and blinds window covering business. And my problem was never working. It was meth, using meth. And that's what has caused my life to put me in this situation. And, I still have those. Luckily, I didn't lose my business. Luckily, I still have the band. I still have everything I can go back to, as long as I get straight. And I have a potential, good future ahead of me.
Yeah.
And my wife. She has her bachelor's degree. She's, she can substitute teach. She can get jobs. Our problem wasn't working. It was we couldn't. I couldn't stay off drugs. Yeah, staying clean. So this place is. More. I'll let you kind of explain why we kind of need this place, because she knows more. She's better at speaking.
Thank you, honey. This place is a miracle for us because it's a place, like I told him. Actually, when we started our relationship, Danny had just come here. I had met him 2 weeks before he came here last fall. And he was going to get sober. And so he asked if I would come visit him. And I said, sure. So I started coming to visit him. And I remember when he held my hand for the first time in church here at the chapel, I remember feeling like this feeling come over me like, wow, I can have a godly relationship with somebody. Like, I've never had that. Most people out there in the regular world, they don't talk about God. They don't do it the right way. And so everything we've done in our relationship feels like it's been blessed by God. And this place has been a blessing by God because our relationship flourished here. We fell in love here. He left for about 6 months to come out and be with me. And we both, it came to realization there were some relapses. And it came to the point where we just looked at each other and I said, baby, you're going to have to go back to the mission. You're not done there yet. And he said, I would love you to come. And I was homeless too. I've been homeless for about 3 years. A partner of mine of 13 years passed away. And I was taking care of his mom who had Alzheimer's, and she had to go into a nursing home. And so I ended up homeless with 2 dogs, living in hotels. That's how we met at a hotel. So anyway, we, yeah.
I didn't know that.
In the laundromat.
Yeah, in the
laundromat?
Yeah.
That still happens?
Yeah.
People meet in the
He
laundromat?
chased me down to ask me for my phone number. It was so sweet. And he's like, you're so beautiful. You probably have a boyfriend. I'm like, no,
That's smooth. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was real
I've
sweet.
asked a girl in 20 years for their phone.
So, yeah, we got to know each other over those
You're
2.
so sweet. You probably have a boyfriend. Wait, is that what you
You're so pretty.
You're so pretty. You are.
He made sure I wasn't with
And you
there with the
hadn't done
boyfriend.
this in 20 years?
No, I was just proving to myself that, watch, when I ask this girl for a number, she's going to say no. And I just did it as a joke. I was strung out. I was horrible looking. I'm still missing a tooth right here, but I'm working on it. But she felt kind of bad for me, and she actually brought me food for the next 2 weeks. And we just talked till 5 a.m. And she knew everything about me in 2 weeks. And the day that I came here, she visited me ever since, and it has not stopped since that day.
Yeah.
It's been really crazy.
Yeah. So we came out and we had to struggle those about 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Or 9 months. We knew each other 9 months. So 6 months we were doing the struggle, the hotel living, car living, relapses. And so we decided to come back here. And he said, I don't want to go without you. And I said, we have to get married, which we were kind of already wanting to get married, eventually have like a wedding. But I said, okay, well, he said, it would be my dream if you married me and went back in there with me. And I said, okay. I just got to find a foster home for my dog, Holly. I had 1 dog left still. She's elderly. And I already knew a lady that was willing to take her. So I said, okay, I'll marry you. I said, we'll go to the courthouse and do that. So that's what we did. We went to the courthouse that Friday.
My dad had to Venmo or send, I don't know how, but $22 because we were short getting married. But I said, well, Dad, I got to take her out to eat after. He goes, well, I'll send the $22 for the marriage, but I don't have the $40 for the in and out.
So my mom pitched in the other, like, $15.
Basically, he didn't know what I was going to spend the money on, probably, but
Yeah.
but he sent me the $22. My dad's always been there. My mom, my whole family's always been there for me, and I'm getting a second chance at that also. With my family.
Right on.
Both of our moms were praying for us to find somebody or for him to get sober so it's kind of interesting because right when we met each other, both of our moms had been praying over time. I was kind of dating someone right before Danny that was no good. He was a drug dealer, wanted, all that. So my mom was praying hard. I could hear her while I'm sitting in her living room sleeping. I could hear her saying, "Dear Lord, please let her find a good man. Please let her find somebody that's going to treat her good." And so it was just kind of fun. I was like, Mom, I have a boyfriend, but I had broken up with him and because he was no good. I knew that. But so then shortly after we found each other. So
Well, here you are.
We got
born
married.
in February.
Baby's coming February.
February. All right.
And I want to say thank you for being really cool to me since I've known you and my family and my wife, and you've been you're really a cool guy, man. It's good seeing your daughters, and one or two daughters too, right?
Two, yeah.
And your wife.
Yeah.
Really good people, Brian.
Well,
you really are, man.
You're too kind.
So
I remember talking to you at the Halloween thing last year, and then you bolted, and that disappointed me because I thought, but you came back, and this time,
Oh yeah.
it's exponentially better.
when I left, I was sober, but I was broken human being by the more broke as you can be as a person. And now I came back with everything I want.
Yeah, God led us right back here. He made it very clear that we were supposed to be here. So we love it here. The baby was just another thing that God shock is what they call it, where it was like, yeah, this is where I want you. This is where you're staying.
Yeah.
This is where you need to be. You're not putting your kid in a hotel room or in a car. You're gonna go and get on your feet.
Yes.
You're gonna handle this addiction thing.
You can do
We're
that.
gonna be and you know what? This is the only place that you could ever just go be married and work on your relationship with God and not have distractions from phones, not have distractions from the world, that rip marriages apart, money issues, none of that. We're learning all this stuff together, so we're very blessed.
So that when you do launch from here, you'll be equipped to handle
And that's our plan. We want to be the best. I thank God. I hit my knees when I found out we were having a son because he loves baseball, and I said, God, let me give him a son. He has daughters only.
Okay.
And
Will
so
you be raised a Dodgers fan?
St. Louis Cardinal fan, baby.
Cardinals.
All right, Desiree.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, you've been doing okay? I mean, you've been up all night, right? And stuff.
I'm all right.
My
All right.
brain's still with it. I'm impressed.
All right.
Very good. No, I'm ready to go. I think we only have like 3 more hours. So.
Yeah, all right. Really? That's it?
Yeah.
So I got you on the
you.
tail end, but
Yeah.
all right. Thanks, Brian.
Right on. All right. Thank
This
you.
is Little Dean.
Yeah.
He used to
Oh,
come.
Little Dean.
Little Dean.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right.
Oh.